Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever. It's just that simple.
Strong, intelligent women are never around Donald Trump. And I wanted to get your reaction to that.
Well, it's certainly not us. And it's certainly not my friends, because they can put sentences together.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quarter. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Mark Cuban, perhaps maybe the dumbest billionaire to ever exist, is just stepping in it over and over again. You know, it's always hilarious to me that Kamala Harris keeps saying, Trump wants to worry about his billionaire buddies. Well, meanwhile, this dork is actually out there literally campaigning for her. I think that's always ironic. Now, Rachel Maddow, in disguise, Mark Cuban, went on the air last night and called Republican women dumb, called them not strong, not intelligent. And, well, quite frankly, that has not gone well. And his desperation to to walk this back has been somewhat of an amazing feat to watch, because the guy is just non-stop with dumb, idiotic takes. Let's get right into it. By the way, huge shout out to this video sponsor, Meta PCs. Promo code quartering to save. It's the computer I use. They have custom builds. They have ready to order or ready to ship builds. They've got everything you could ever need. And it's the computer I trust to run my business. Have for a long time. Also, don't forget to pre-order your coffee brand coffee advent calendars. We're already about 30% sold out. I told you that these are going to sell out because I knew they would. Link in the description. It's an awesome gift, or just for yourself on the counter. Now, Mark Cuban says the following on The View.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it'll put her over the edge with Nikki Haley supporters. Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever. It's just that simple. They're intimidating to him. He doesn't like to be challenged by them. And, you know, Nikki Haley will call him on his nonsense with reproductive rights and how he sees and treats and talks about women. I mean, he just can't have her around. It wouldn't work.
Nikki Haley is a moron, chicken hawk, loser. So now, of course, he says this and he gets immense backlash, right? So now they're going to make up a fake story to try and flip the script on people, by the way. Here's a great video, I think.
I just got off a plane, so pardon my delay in responding to Mark Cuban's disgusting misogynistic remarks.
Oops.
Some reservos. Michael Cohen on 3 levels. Just confirmed and denied by the Supreme Court of the United States. I'm licensed in 4 states. I graduated college in 3 years. Savage v. Trump.
Oops.
By the way, I could keep going, but those are the cases I win. And your left-wing media and your rhetoric, and you're putting women down. See, President Trump doesn't do that. He surrounds himself with strong women like me. So Mark Cuban, you can go to hell. I'm voting for Trump.
Oops.
Because I want my daughter to never, ever be around people that speak like you do.
Oops. Oops. Here's Kamala spiraling after yet another speech is interrupted.
Says, you know what? Let me say something about this. We're here because we're fighting for a democracy. Fighting for a democracy. And understand the difference here. Understand the difference here.
What?
Moving forward. Understand the difference
what?
here.
She just keeps repeating herself.
What we are looking at is a difference in this election. Let's move forward and see where
she just keeps saying let's move forward after getting heckled. By the way, JD Vance responds to Mark Cuban: insulting to my wife, Melania Trump, Lara Trump, and all women supporting Trump. This is just days after Joe Biden called Trump supporters garbage, and the White House broke the law to change the official transcripts of that. I mean, what are they thinking? Ladies, I know I don't have a huge amount of you that view my videos, but the ones that I do have, I'm happy to have. Make sure you go vote for Trump. Fellas, if you think your wife is a smart, intelligent, independent woman who don't need no man but chose to keep you around anyway, make sure you go vote for Donald Trump. I say that tongue-in-cheek, obviously. In an excerpt released ahead of his full interview at airing, here's what he wrote.
Well, first of all, it's insulting my wife, who's a very strong and very intelligent woman and goes to nearly every one of my campaign events with me. And it's insulting to Laura Trump, who's done an incredible job as co-chair of the RNC. It's insulting to Melania, who has the #1 New York Times best-selling book right now.
Oops.
It's insulting to everybody who thinks that our politics should be about public policy that makes people's lives better instead of attacking your fellow citizens. Whether it's Mark Cuban or Kamala Harris or, Joe Biden, why are these people so preoccupied with denigrating and insulting and condescending their fellow citizens?
I don't know. I think that's probably a good question. That's a pretty good question. And here you have Elon Musk's mom.
Mark Cuban said this about Mark Cuban made the comment about strong, intelligent women are around around Donald Trump. And I wanted to get your reaction to that.
Well, it's certainly not us. And it's certainly not my friends, because they can put sentences together. And you know who can't? The absurdity of the absurd in the absurdity is absurd. I mean,
of course.
Really.
She makes fun of her laugh.
The queen of word salads.
She makes fun. She just had like a perfect, hilarious Kamala Harris impression. Of course, the backlash. Now they know they stepped in it, right? Again, all this needs to do is mobilize women to go vote for Trump. Look, if you don't want to wait in line, ladies, or you don't want people to run into people, go early vote. A lot of states you can still early vote today, I think. Depends, check your local setup. Now, I think obviously we'll have the most early votes in history cast for this election. So the idea that we can't be counting those ballots is ridiculous. The idea that my state is saying, oh, we need extra days to certify, it's ridiculous. But I mean, how do they respond to this? Well, of course, by making up a bunch of literal fake news about Donald Trump. Like literal, actual fake news. The idea that you have this Liz Chaney quote. So they seize on this Liz Chaney quote to try and obfuscate from what Mark Cuban said. Every single account and network claiming Trump said he wanted to end Liz Cheney's life is in the face lying. Every single one of them. There are literally dozens of articles already saying, oh, well, Trump's going to go after Liz Chaney. By the way, screw Liz Chaney. Her and her ilk are fine to send your sons and daughters off to go die for oil in the desert somewhere. I mean, are you kidding me? So Liz Chaney puts this out. This is how dictators destroy free nations. Notice she only took a 20-second clip, right? He called you a war whore, a chicken war whore. A chicken war whore who has no qualms sending other people's children off to die, but would fruit her looms if she was ever sent herself. You are a chicken war whore and your father was a war criminal. Do us all a favor, Liz, go to Ukraine. F you and your war daddy, Dick Cheney. Trump 2024. You and your elitist friends in DC would never let your own kids join the military, but you're more than eager to send our kids to go die somewhere on the other side of the world so you can get rich. Here's the actual quote. Here's what she put up.
And I don't blame him for sticking with his daughter, but his daughter is a very dumb individual, very dumb.
She is.
She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. When the guns are trained on her face.
He's saying that she is, again, they're all, so he cut off this part of the quote. They're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington in a nice building saying, oh, gee, well, let's send another 10,000 troops right into the mouth of the enemy. He was very clearly calling her a chicken hawk, which is exactly what she is. Charlie Kirk, liar. this is what the war pig is actually upset about, is him saying, you know, you're a loser. You know, this, and by the way, the mainstream media has run a 1,000 articles about this. You know, obviously that's hyperbole, but like numerous articles about how how full of baloney sausage this is. If you look at this crap, right? He obviously didn't say that, right? Now, if I go to Liz Chaney, right, and I look up this stupid idiot, right? Trump suggests Warhawk Liz Chaney should have guns trained on her face. No, he didn't. Like, what? What? I mean, what? He's 100% true. If she had to go fight the wars, okay, she wouldn't be so pro-war. That's true of basically everybody in DC. And here's a perfect example, right? Here's a live on-air meltdown about dishonest media.
Well, I've just got to say, we're news people, even though we're at the opinion section. It's got to be reported.
This is Hugh Hewitt.
County was reversed by the court and instructed to open up extra days because they violated the law and told people to go home. So that lawsuit was brought by the Republican National Committee, and it was successful. The Supreme Court ruled that Glenn Youngkin was successful. We are news people, even though we have opinions, and we have to report the whole story if we bring up part of the story. So yes, he's upset about Bucks County, but he was right, and he won in court. That's
correct.
The story.
Look at this guy.
Keep going, Jonathan.
No, I'm just.
Nobody's ever told a black gay man that he's wrong before.
Don't appreciate being lectured about reporting when many times you come here saying lots of things that aren't.
I won't come back, Jonathan. I'm done.
Based.
I'm done. This is the most unfair election ad I have ever been a part of. You guys are working. That's fine. I'm done.
Based. He knows that he sees the writing on the wall. You know, so then they continue with this, so then.
This is frozen. So hang in there, everyone.
The Washington Post on air calling the Washington Post an election ad for Kamala. He was enraged that the segment did not fairly report on Trump's election integrity victories. I mean, the media is melting down. They are showing their whole rear end right now. And I couldn't be happier because all this means is that more people are going to watch channels like The Quartering or my daily live stream at 1 Eastern, Quartercast. So it's own YouTube channel, although I do prefer you watch on Rumble. Don't forget to pre-order your 12 Days of Christmas, the single highest quality coffee advent calendar on the internet. I invite you to go on Amazon and look at the crap that they're selling there. A bunch of crappy K-cups on it. This thing is it's like substantial magnetic door on the front, plus the highest quality products. It's going to have coffee, cocoa, and candies in it, all from our regular lineup, and some holiday stuff. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.